me, the Mixtaper, here with a couple pre-show announcements. Before we begin, we have a few festive reminders to help make tonight's show as merry and bright as possible. Please silence those sleigh bells. We kindly ask that you silence your cell phones and any other devices that jingle, ring, or buzz. Let's keep the focus on the music of the season. This is a photo-free zone. While we know you're excited to capture the Spin It magic, we kindly ask that you refrain from taking photos or videos during the performance. Leave the flash to Rudolph's nose. Sing-alongs are welcome at the right time. If you hear one of your favorite holiday tunes, feel free to sing along in the chat. Festive treats and drinks. If you need to grab a cocoa, cider, snack, or other beverage throughout the show, please do so. Stay hydrated. Emergency exits. In case of an emergency, exits are located to the left, right, and rear of the theater. If you are not in the theater, find your own exit. Now, let's set the stage for tonight's showdown. This is no ordinary competition. This is a rubber match. 2 years ago, James claimed victory while Connor took home the title last year. Tonight, it's time to settle the score once and for all. Who will emerge as the ultimate champion? This year, we're featuring 12 Christmas songs by artists the podcast has covered over the past year. And of course, my personal pick, back-to-back Spinter Wonderland champions, Wham! With their timeless hit, Last Christmas. Will Wham pull off a historic three-peat and retire atop Christmas Mountain? Or will a new artist claim the throne and rewrite holiday history? There's only one way to find out, in the Wham-Off. Finally, we encourage you to cheer on your favorite songs as they face off in this festive competition. Please vote for your pick for the greatest Christmas song of all time. We need your votes. Thank you for joining us tonight, and get ready for a joyful, jolly, and dastardly filled evening. The showdown will begin shortly, so sit back, relax, and let the holiday spirit take over. Yeah.
Wow. Hello, everybody. Thank you, Mixtaper, for that wonderful introduction.
Yes, thank you.
So glad he was able to contribute that. We are back for another holiday special. It is Naughty or Nice season again, and this is the biggest Naughty or Nice we've ever had the pleasure to tackle.
Bigger and better, naughtier and nicer.
It could potentially be all of those things. The stakes have never been higher. That's for sure. See, 2 years ago, we did our first Naughty or Nice, and we just did all the artists we had talked about over the previous 2 years of podcasts. Wham! And Last Christmas won that fair and square. They even beat a resurrected Beach Boys, who came back from the naughty lists to challenge them, and they just steamrolled all the competition. Last year, they came back as reigning champions. The Mixtaper brought them in to kind of hedge his own bets.
Dead ringer.
Yeah. And it went really well. They had a little stiffer competition. They steamrolled over the Eagles, and they steamrolled over Elvis and Blue Christmas to make it to the top. But they kind of got a bye last year and missed the first few rounds. But what we determined at the end of the last Naughty or Nice is this is their year. If they win this year, they're just the best Christmas song out there. I'm glad you could stop by too. Yes, we'll be here for until the end of the episode, but
all night.
We appreciate your volunteer appreciation. We'll be here all night. Yeah. This year is the true test of Wham. We've got a lot of really strong holiday hits.
A lot of really strong hits.
And we kind of brought in a ringer of our own to take down the Mixtaper. This is a thing that nobody who's listening to this live knows about yet because the episode hasn't come out when we're streaming. But
yeah, you might notice a song on here and be thinking, they didn't do an episode on that person.
Well, we're about to. And
it's coming.
And that is a great segue to talk about for you folks listening to the edited recorded audio podcast. We are live right now.
The stream?
Yeah, when you missed the stream. We are live on twitch.tv/spinitpod. And everyone that's here in chat, say hi, chat. Chat said hi. They are going to vote.
That said hi.
They're going to vote on their favorites, and they're going to determine who ends up on the naughty and the nice list. We have actually no control over this, as evidenced by last year's season of Silly that got remarkably out of control.
The season of Silly. Top 10 highlight of the podcast, in my opinion.
It was
the season of Silly.
Surely an interesting one. But yeah, I'm excited to see what happens this year.
You and I have made our bets on how the Wham-Off will go.
We have.
We've made our own little bets on who's gonna win, who's gonna be nice, who's gonna be naughty. And we'll see at the end, I guess, who came out right.
I guess we will. I'm afraid, because this is also a rubber match between us. I won 2 years ago. You won last year by a lot. I got blown out last year. It was like 11-7 or something. I missed almost every pick in the first round of the bracket.
You didn't go with you didn't go season of Silly.
Who could have guessed? So this is our rubber match too, and I don't know really what that's worth, but it'll be interesting. It'll be cool. So let's talk about all the songs that we're gonna be digging into this time.
Yes.
We didn't do any fun seeding this year. Mostly we wanted to structure it just kind of in episode order chronologically again. Because I think that worked well the first time. And some of the episodes like that Connor's given scores for, like we seeded by last year, well, they haven't come out yet. So, you just got to be ready. But here's the rundown. This year, our juggernaut, our top contender that I think has a good shot to take down Wham, is All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey. That is a song that we will talk about on the episode that comes out this week if you're here live. It's a song that we talked about last week on our Mariah Carey Merry Christmas episode if you were here last week. So that's 179. The Mixtaper is in the chat. He says, no chance, Wham all the way. And I guess that's just a thing the voters are going to have to decide for us.
Yeah.
I know which way I would lean, but we'll see. Up next, well, we're also, not really up next, we're also talking about Thank God It's Christmas by Queen. We did episode 175 with them. Star Carol by Simon and Garfunkel, who we talked about on episode 173. Couple picks from the 170s there. We're talking about the Wellerman Christmas version by the Wellerman. I cannot tell you how excited I was to find that song, and we'll talk about it when its turn is up in the Naughty or Nice list order. But wow, that was Connor's pick from episode 166. Soon may the Wellerman come.
To bring Christmas presents to all the young.
Ooh, that would be cool if they changed the lyrics like that, but they didn't. We are talking about Christmas All Over Again by Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. I've been on such a Tom Petty kick this year, and it's only fitting that Tom Petty was the subject of episode 164, but also is on the short list for this Spinter Wonderland. We're talking about Santa Claus Is Coming to Town by The Boss, Bruce Springsteen. We're talking about You'll Shoot Your Eye Out by Fall Out Boy, who we talked about in episode 154. Actually, Fall Out Boy ended up being one of my top 5 artists on Spotify Wrapped this year.
Oh, wow.
That surprised me. So another fitting inclusion on this list. We're talking about I'll Be Home for Christmas. Now, this one's kind of a double whammy. It is Lana Del Rey and Casey Musgraves. So 2 artists we've talked about. One from episode 2, one from episode 148. But that's a version that they performed as part of Casey Musgrave's Christmas special. So I think that's got a decent shot too, since we've talked about both of those women, which is exciting. Only definitively heard like 5 of these songs. Oh, well, here. If you want to hear more, I should put the...
Oh, what a good segue.
Put the link. There's the playlist. Then we've got a song that's not really a holiday song, but it kind of is nominally Hooligan's Holiday by Motley Crue. We talked about them and all their fiery antics on episode 139. We're giving a shout out to
Oh shoot your eye. Yeah.
Yeah. I know. It's a good song. We're giving a Gopher Day nod to the late great George Gershwin with his song Snowflake. That's a rare song, actually, is what I learned. It's kind of hard to track down, but we tracked it down.
Yep. No Gershwin unturned on this podcast.
We turned them all. That was episode 134, was the Gopher Day special. Then we're talking about a little ditty called Christmas Cookies by Lainey Wilson. That was episode 132 with your bell-bottom sensory perception. And then we're talking about Jingle Bell Rock.
BSB.
Yeah, we're talking about Jingle Bell Rock by Daryl Hall and John Oates, the abandoned luncheonette duo we talked about on episode 131. And then, of course, they'll all be competing against each other, but the real mark to beat is Wham's Last Christmas. We first talked about Wham on episode 58. We did the entire album, Make It Big. And then they came back for episode 76, Naughty or Nice, episode 128, Naughty or Nice, and now episode 180, Naughty or Nice. They just keep coming up every 52 episodes. What are the odds?
And they, I believe, get a bye as the champions.
They are popping into the competition a little farther down the line.
Yeah, they can't be bothered to partake in the earlier rounds. They've got that star power that lets them just advance farther down the road.
I mean, as two-time Whampians, yeah, they kind of do. But that's what we're here to answer. You know, the question is, will this be Wham's last Christmas? Or not?
In the Wham-Off.
The Wham-Off.
We're all here to wham off together.
It's not all going to go in the episode. But now, if you've been to a Naughty or Nice stream before, the drill will be about the same as always. We have...
The mixtaper and the Gopher are keeping score of who's on the Naughty and who's on the Nice list.
Yes. Yeah. They will be taking care of that, and they will not be present. But we will have a vote timer for a minute. Once we start talking about the songs, we'll pop up that timer. You can cast your votes in chat, and the winner will advance. Connor and I think this worked well last year, will only vote if there's a tie that needs broken, and we have to be unanimous. We can't split
we can't
our votes
split
and continue the tie. So we'll see how it all goes. Yep. If you want to hear all the songs we're talking about, playlists are on YouTube and Spotify, and links are in the description of the episode. So you definitely want to check those out. Man, I like our holiday playlists. They're so good. We should make a giant collective one of all the songs we talked about.
Heck yeah.
Maybe we'll do that. But for now, without further ado, should we get going?
No time like the present.
Oh, that's a Christmassy joke. Marvelous. Well, the first matchup on the list is gonna be Mariah Carey and All I Want for Christmas Is You versus Queen's Thank God It's Christmas. Now, I know you know what's coming next. We're going to play the game again. The game where you have to tell me what score and unit you gave each of these artists.
No.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not prepared.
I know.
No, I've done a lot of really weird units in this last year.
You have.
I got weird with the units.
Historically, you do really well at this game, so you got nothing to worry about.
I forget about it every year.
I know, and that's why I keep doing it, because it always sneaks up on you. Let's start with All I Want for Christmas Is You. The episode's not even out yet. This is as fresh as they come.
Let's say that's a spoiler.
Well, it is for the people who are watching live. That's not a spoiler for everyone listening on audio.
I feel like we can't spoil it.
Well, you can just take 2 zeros then, if you'd rather pass.
2 zeros? Oh, because each thing's worth a point. Score and
unit, yeah.
Score and unit. Hmm. Huh. I think I will. I will take 2 zeros out of spoileriness. I will take the 2 zeros.
What if I just muted you for the stream and then the people listening
No,
to the
I don't. Listen, I historically do too well at this game, so I'm gonna give you a 2-point.
Yeah, a
margin
handicap?
here.
You're taking a
A
dive.
little handicap.
Okay,
Yeah.
whatever. Well, then let's skip back to Queen then. An extra 4 episodes sooner. How'd that one go?
Oh well, Queen was obviously a 9.
Queen was a 9.
Yeah, and I believe it was sewing needles for that one.
9 sewing needles. I'm still not so sure that's true, by the way. I've done a lot more research into what Brian May's guitar strings were made out of. Now, he did definitely, absolutely use a knitting needle on the guitar, but he used it as part of like a tremolo bar and not guitar strings. But
I can provide you with sources.
I would love that. I mean, you said you read it in his autobiography about the guitar. You found it in a summary about the autobiography. I don't know, but
Yep.
I'd like to see what you saw.
I didn't read the autobiography. Well, I didn't see anything, but the mixtaper can provide sources.
Right. Well,
and he read a summary of the autobiography that talked about it. So,
yeah, we'll fact check that, I guess. But okay, fine. You're 2 for 4 on points so far, since you're stubborn on Mariah Carey. I'm really curious to see how this vote shakes out, though.
yeah.
So, first, let's talk about All I Want for Christmas Is You. Episode 179 came out last week. Again, if you're here right now, comes out next week. You'll have to wait 2 or 3 days. But the song was released on October 29th, 1994. This year is All I Want for Christmas
it's a
Is
Halloween
You's
song.
30th anniversary. Yeah, you could have been listening to this on Halloween 30 years ago. Who knew? What are the odds?
The mixtaper is taking notes for the next Halloween songs.
Any song that comes out in October now is a Mixtober eligible hit. Can't wait. All I Want for Halloween is Candy.
Ooh.
Now, obviously,
Mariah Candy.
yeah. Yeah. Now, obviously, there are a lot of facts about that milk bather Mariah Carey in the last episode and this song. So we'll just give you the brief rundown because you probably already heard it last week. All I Want for Christmas Is You. It's one of 2 songs ever to re-enter the Billboard Hot 100 and top the charts. And Mariah Carey has done that annually since 2019. So not only is she the second song ever to do it, she is probably the only song to do it time and time and time and time again. Also, it's estimated to bring in more than $2 million in royalties for Mariah Carey every single year. That's just Mariah Carey, by the way. A lot more money from it goes to her publishers and to her record label. It's an obscene amount of money just because this song exists. It is also in the Library of Congress's National Recording Registry, which is a distinction I believe none of the other holiday songs we're talking about today have. Maybe even including Wham.
Oh, really?
Yeah, let me double check. Well, no, you know what? I literally searched Last Christmas National Recording Registry, and it popped up, Mariah Carey celebrates holiday hit. So it does not even recognize my search and just plugs Mariah. So that's All I Want for Christmas Is You. I mean, how many times have you heard that song this year already?
Too many. I think I talk about it in the episode.
Yep.
But that's a song that every time at the beginning of the season, I'm like, heck yeah. And then by the end of the season, I'm like, please, never again.
Never again. I'm getting that way in the middle of the season this year. It's just played so much,
Really?
and I had to look at it and listen to it for the episode. And this, I've been doing it to myself. You can't seek out All I Want for Christmas Is You because you'll just overdose on it. And I've had to seek out All I Want for Christmas Is You.
Yeah, so we kind of oversaturated ourselves a little bit.
Maybe. You know what I'm not oversaturated on, though? Thank God It's Christmas. That's a song you only hear maybe twice a season. Maybe, if you're a big Queen fan. That was our big episode 175. It came out, the song did, on November 26th, 1984. Same year as Wham! And a little closer to Christmas than Mariah Carey's October release. But that's cool. Brian May and Roger Taylor wrote Thank God It's Christmas. Freddie Mercury sings a heck of a vocal on it. And it spent 6 weeks on the UK charts and peaked at number 21. So, I suppose we'll open the votes.
Time to open the polls.
And
cast your vote.
Yeah. We'll put that timer up there. Throw your vote in chat, whether you want Mariah Carey or Queen to win this round.
The loser goes to the naughty list.
That's true. Now, Connor, what do you think about this pair? How do these two songs stack up?
Boy, is it an interesting pair. Because big fan of Queen. Big fan of Queen.
Uh-huh.
But Mariah Carey is the queen.
She is the queen of Christmas. That's true.
So I actually had a really hard time making my decision for this one.
Yeah? I'm curious to know what you picked.
I don't want to influence the voting.
That's fair.
So once voting has ended, I will we can tell each other, but I don't want to influence it.
That's reasonable. And I guess we should wait till the end for the big reveal anyway, but I don't know. I was listening to the Queen song today, and Thank God It's Christmas. I mean, it's a good Christmas song, don't get me wrong. It just doesn't feel very Queen.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's missing a lot of the layering and the other things that we talked about what's the one? A Night at the Opera. On A Night at the Opera, a lot of that feels like it's missing. There's not a lot of big guitar parts. You don't hear Brian May and his Red Special. And it looks like...
I really enjoy it, though, as a song. And again, it's one that you don't hear very often.
You don't.
But I just don't think... really what this came down to for me was, do I think Queen as an entity and like a popular band would influence the audience to just vote for that, as well as the fact that it's not overplayed like All I Want for Christmas. That's what I was kind of weighing. Like, I think All I Want for Christmas Is You is the better Christmas song.
Definitely.
But it's overplayed, and Queen is super popular as like just a band in general, not just for one Christmas song. Right?
Yeah.
So I had that was the battle going on in my brain, and but this isn't the best band or artist, off. This is the Wham-Off.
Yeah.
Winter Wonderland, Naughty or Nice 3. And so we got to base it off of Christmas songs, and so I went with All I Want for Christmas Is You.
That's probably the wise choice. That is the one that won our vote. Queen.
There we are.
Will take the first trip to the naughty list.
Freddie Mercury, our first naughty artist.
Our first casualty. Yeah. I think All I Want for Christmas... Fitting. I agree that All I Want for Christmas Is You gets overplayed a lot, but I think Thank God It's Christmas has the opposite problem, and it's underplayed. Yeah. I mean, I liked Queen, and for years, I didn't even know Queen had a Christmas song. It's wild.
Oh my gosh. They play that as your cleanup times song? That's horrible.
That's atrocious. No wonder you hate it. Well, first things first, we got to move Queen over to the naughty list.
Get to the naughty list.
That's it. We got to make enough room over here for everybody. And we've got to officially eliminate them from contention with our big wreath.
Wreath. Fantastic.
Yeah, I love the wreath.
Wham in the middle, covering up the logo.
Uh-huh. Well, it's
Reigning
the Wham-Off.
Champions.
Oh, I got rid of the wreath.
Oh.
Okay, there's our little nope, and the first people the nope is going to cover.
Aw, look, it's a little nope. Cute little nope.
Yeah. I don't know how to grab it. It doesn't want to grab. What am I moving?
Is it locked?
It's not locked. Oh, actually the whole wreath is locked. So that part of the group wasn't locked, but yeah, the nope was locked with it. Queen is the first one out.
Womp, womp, womp.
But of course, Queen being the first one out is by virtue of them being the first ones up. So
Yeah.
take it with a grain of salt. That's how we're looking.
That's how we're looking.
Well,
Pretty wreathy.
that's right. Up next is
Another interesting pair.
a doozy of a matchup. Oh, wow. What a time to come into chat. Hi, welcome, Jenny. How are you? It is a time. It's always a good time to come into chat.
Jenny, we need your votes.
That's right.
I'm glad you're here.
I'm glad you're here. Our next pair of artists we're talking about are Simon and Garfunkel and the Wellerman.
The Wellerman.
This is
my pick.
Your pick. This is an obscure pair of songs. We're talking about Star Carol by Simon and Garfunkel. I like the wreath too.
I had never heard that before listening to it for this.
No, me either. Every year for this Naughty or Nice showdown, I go down the list of artists we've done and I just search their name in Christmas song and holiday song. And Star Carol is one I found. Simon and Garfunkel have also covered a lot of Christmas songs. The reason I picked Star Carol is because it's an original.
Fair enough.
Well, not really an original, but like to you and me and everyone else, it pretty much is.
Sure.
They released the song in 1967, and it was written by Alfred Burt and Willa Hudson, and first released by Ernie Tennessee Ford in 1958. So Simon and Garfunkel got it 9 years later. And it first came out for them on a Columbia Records Christmas compilation. I really liked Star Carol. It's short, it's folky, it is everything we came to love about Simon and Garfunkel, packaged into a Christmas carol.
Definitely sounds like them.
There's a good reason for that. It is. Now, you know the drill. Give me that unit and that score. Good morning from your accidental nap. And
I already forgot
David.
I had to do that, and it's only been 2 songs.
Yeah, I know. You always do forget.
Oh my gosh. I was like, what is it time for?
That's right.
Let's see. Simon and Garfunkel. I know their unit was Funkel Gars.
That's correct. It was. But what'd you score them? That bridge over troubled water. Was Cecilia?
They were
with the boxer.
I remember them being pretty mid here. Hello,
with El Condor Pasa.
Ghosts. Are you here to vote? We need your votes in the Wham-Off.
Lila Lai. The only living boy in New York.
Yeah, but I remember like I think I had a problem with just like having oversaturated with their sound, and so therefore I think I gave them a 6.
Ooh, well, 6 Funkel Gars will earn you another 2 points. See what I mean? You're fine at this game.
I don't know. I'm aware. I hate playing it because I have to think.
Reasonable.
Also, again, we're going in like soonest to, or, most recent to furthest away, so it's gonna get harder as the game goes.
It will get more difficult. I thought about changing the game and almost making you name a non-playlist song from each of these albums that we did.
That you would have won that.
I thought that would have been a really fun twist, but I decided against it for your own benefit. So that's Simon and Garfunkel and Star Carol. I thought it was interesting that, they were both they grew up in Jewish families and they released a really nice Christmas carol. The Wellerman is up next, and we're talking about, I was so thrilled when I Googled the Wellerman holiday songs and I found the Wellerman Christmas version.
Oh. Sea Shanty Christmas song?
That's right.
Heck yeah.
Now, the Wellerman Christmas version is virtually identical in every way to the Wellerman song that we know, love, and talked about on episode 166.
But there's bells and there's sleigh bells and
yep,
some other fun instrumentation added on top of it that somehow really works.
They've jazzed up the instrumentation and added jingle bells and Christmas bells, and it works weirdly well. They don't change any of the lyrics to be about Christmas. It's still about whale killing men.
Whaling during the Christmas season.
Tongue in the blubber, right? Stripping the blubber from the whales. But it's Christmas now in Nantucket or wherever they hail from. This version of the song came out in 2023. As far as facts, I don't have any other facts about this song. What's there to say? It's the same as the Wellerman, but with jingle bells. So check out our whole episode on the Wellerman. That was a fun one. That was a shocking episode for me. And the Wellerman Christmas version is such an interesting song. So I suppose we should start the vote timer one more time and let everyone vote whether you want Simon and Garfunkel or the Wellerman. You could put a 1 or a 2 in chat, or you could just put their names. Either way.
Yep.
How's this matchup seem for you?
There's a clear winner for me.
Clear winner? I think your clear winner and my clear winner might not be as clear to each other.
It doesn't make sense, but that one has my vote.
Which one? Simon and Garfunkel or the Wellerman?
I'm thinking Wellerman.
Probably the Wellerman.
We talked about.
Yeah.
And it not making sense.
I know.
I really like the Wellerman. I think it sounds awesome. I was a big fan of the song to begin with, and then you add the sleigh bells and that jazzier instrumentation, and I'm just like, heck yeah. Clear favorite.
No Plus, kidding.
It's the closest thing to probably the season of Silly we got on this year's list.
Yeah, that's true. It is pretty silly, and I think it's kind of fun. And
it's blowing out the votes. Wellerman in a landslide.
The Wellerman won big.
We did not give you a number.
No, we didn't really say a number. I kind of figured since the votes come in so reasonably paced, it probably is just as easy to say which one you want, and then we don't have to go, which one did we say was number 1? Well, the voting has ended, and yeah, I think the Wellerman do pass the test and move on to the next round.
Like
Simon and Garfunkel, they are gonna get put on the naughty list and never speak again.
Dang.
It's probably what's gonna happen. It's just what they do. Wow.
It sounds like maybe I just got a point up on you right there.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see how it all shook out. Yeah, we did talk about the Longest Johns one, too, in our Wellerman episode. The Wellerman actually did backing on the Longest Johns version, right? They were featured on that one. And
Yep. Well, a couple of them. I don't think it was the full group.
Not the full batch, I guess. But
yep. If you listen to the episode, we talked all about it.
We did. And this Christmas version is really something. Like, it's I don't know if it deserves a place on your annual holiday playlist, but
it has earned one.
It's sure a fun inclusion, I guess.
It's not the Christmas song we deserved, but it's the Christmas song we needed.
It's the Christmas song we have. So Simon and Garfunkel go next, and that breaks the pattern that's held since the first time we did the wreath, where it's like every other artist around the wreath.
Maybe it'll be every 2 artists and then skip one.
Oh, could be.
We'll see if a pattern emerges.
That would put Tom Petty in the hot seat in our next matchup. So let's find out. The next pair is Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers' Christmas All Over Again, up against Bruce Springsteen's live version of Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Boy, both really good songs. This is a top-tier matchup like Queen and Mariah Carey.
It's a tough matchup.
Yeah. Are we buffering? That's not great. I don't think we are. Oh, back. That's good. My computer's doing its best, and so is my internet. We'll see. Oh, it does look like it's buffering a little bit.
No.
I don't know. Well, give it a good old refresh, if that helps. Curious. Yeah, I don't know. I refreshed over on my end, and it looks like it's better, but I was also spinning out for a minute. Christmas All Over Again by Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. That's a newer Christmas song to me. Since I've been on this Tom Petty kick, I've really kind of discovered that one. It came out on October 20th, 1992. So it's
not new of a song, just new to you.
well, new to me, but also kind of new for the length of Tom Petty's career. I mean, that's a good 2/3 of the way through it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Um, Now, the first time that song showed up, it was on a Christmas compilation album put out by A&M to benefit the Special Olympics. Tom Petty was track 1 on that compilation. So that's really cool. When he got tapped for this... Now, chill out with that. When he got tapped for this honor to be on this Special Olympics benefit record, he didn't just want to do a cover of a Christmas song, so he wrote Christmas All Over Again specifically for the album. And he did it using a ukulele given to him by George Harrison, the Beatle. So that's really cool trivia that I love. Oh, pardon my badoops. You know me, big Beatles guy.
Maybe it'd run better if the mixtape returned Connor's desktop tower to a different corner. What's wrong with the corner that it's in?
That also has nothing to do with the stream. It's coming from a different computer.
Yeah, I have no control over the stream. I'm just here for the ride.
Pretty much, you just show up and click the link I send you.
Sure do. I'm here for my good looks and funny jokes, and I'm all out of funny jokes.
Rough. Clear, as evidenced by the last joke that was not very funny. Sorry. Couldn't resist.
That was very nice of you.
I know.
You just made your way on the my naughty list.
Well, yours isn't the important one.
Oh, it will be.
Fair enough. Christmas All Over Again was also produced by Jeff Lynne, the same ELO founder who produced Full Moon Fever. That was our episode 164. So that's Christmas All Over Again. I just love his voice and his style. Tom Petty's really got an air about him. What, pray tell, was your scoring unit for Tom Petty?
Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, huh? That was they had to be a 9. If they weren't a 9, you picked the wrong album.
I picked the right album, and they were a 9.
And then my unit for that one was something to do with lawyers, but I don't remember the exact phrasing.
It was, yeah. Well, because he had all those tire commercials that tried to steal his music.
And they were told by their lawyers not to use it and then did it anyways.
Uh-huh. Yep. The lawyers said to ask for forgiveness, not permission. Is that your, I don't know, what's your final guess for a unit? Something about lawyers, I'm going to take a point away.
Lawyers, I'm going to ignore?
Yeah, sure. Pieces of advice from my lawyer that I'm going to ignore. Slash.
Wow. I went real wordy on that unit.
You did. It was a longer one. Well, then we've got the boss, Bruce Springsteen. Santa Claus is coming to town. Now, the version we're talking about, he played live on December 12th, 1975. It's coming up on its 60th anniversary, but it's not there yet. He played it during a show at CW Post College in Greenvale, New York. Apparently, and this is a wild fact, its first release as a recording was in 1981 on a Sesame Street compilation album called In Harmony 2.
What?
Sesame Street, the first time Bruce Springsteen's Santa Claus is coming to town live.
So when he's like, come on out, or whatever, he's like talking to the Muppets?
No, he did it in concert. He performed it, but then that recording sat
Elmo
on a hard drive.
Big Bird.
That recording sat on a tape somewhere
Kermit the
for
Frog.
6 or 7 years until Sesame Street got a hold of it and put it on this compilation album. And it's a wild record. I looked it up. It also features...
Oh, he said, come on out to Oscar the Grouch, because he's like in his trash can.
Because he's in the trash can? Yeah, come on out, Oscar. Yeah. Well, the record also features the Doobie Brothers, James Taylor, Linda Ronstadt, Billy Joel, Kenny Loggins, and Cookie Monster. So, check out that
So here you
Sesame
are.
Street record for the recorded debut of Bruce Springsteen's iconic Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Then, also, I'm sure we mentioned it in the episode, Santa Claus is Coming to Town was the B-side to Springsteen's Born in the USA single, My Hometown, which is a heck of a pair of singles. I mean, My Hometown is the album track, and it's produced and sounds the way it does. And then to put that back to back with Santa Claus is Coming to Town? Okay. Today, Springsteen and the E Street Band still play Santa Claus is Coming to Town in concert during the holiday season. It's so popular, they even close out their shows with it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, all that's to say, the boss is coming up against our free-falling Tom Petty.
You're not going to ask for my unit and score on that one?
I sure am.
Oh, okay.
I sure didn't almost forget about it. What about Bruce Springsteen? This is one you're going to have to reach way back for. It's in July when we put out this episode.
Yeah, but it was a really funny unit, so I know it. And he had to be a 9.
He was a 9.
And it's off Springsteen's.
Off Springsteen's because his daughter was the equestrian. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's correct.
You made that funny pun.
Another 2 points for you.
The only reason I reminded you is because I knew it.
You know what? That makes
if
sense.
I didn't know it, I would not have reminded you.
Yeah. Well, let's put the timer up and talk about this matchup.
Also hydrate.
Oh, hydrate. I don't have any hydratey things, but you're right. Hi, Impulse. Thank you so much. Have a good old lurk. Where did I put?
After the mixtaper gave you that whole announcement about making sure you had a beverage.
I know. I didn't think about it.
Tisk.
Vote timer. Okay.
There you go.
Go ahead and cast your votes for Bruce Springsteen or Tom Petty.
Yeah. I'm curious to see which way you went on this. Like you said, you were in a Tom Petty kick.
I was.
So I could see you going that way, but I think Bruce Springsteen is the more popular song.
Well, it's an iconic live performance. There's a certain energy to Bruce Springsteen's song that
you can put a 1 for Tom Petty or a 2 for Bruce Springsteen, or just put their names.
Yeah, that a lot of Christmas songs are missing.
Yeah.
Tom Petty's song is interesting, and I like the background of it, that it's a fundraiser for the Special Olympics. That's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a divided chat here.
We do have a divided chat. It's split right down the middle. We might have to break a tie if it keeps up this way.
Yep.
Final seconds of voting.
It's tough because Tom Petty's is an original, and in the past years, we've kind of given a little bit of an edge.
Second buzzer beater. Mm-hmm. Springsteen.
In the past,
it's a buzzer beater.
It's true. In the past, we've kind of given it. That counts too with the lag.
That counts, yeah, because the lag.
In the past, we've given more credit to original songs over
Junior,
covers.
You already voted.
But, I mean, this is no ordinary cover. Santa Claus is coming to town.
Yeah, we ended with a tie with the buzzer beaters coming in.
We do have a tie vote, so I guess that's up to us to break the tie.
It's up to us to break the tie. We have to be unanimous, and it's got to be Springsteen. Like, I understand that Tom Petty's is original and all that, not a cover, but Springsteen made it his.
He did. It's become, when you think about more modern versions of Santa Claus is Coming to Town, you think about the Springsteen one.
Uh-huh. And it gives us another iconic song that has the potential to make its way to Wham.
Oh.
Strengthening our odds to dethrone Last Christmas.
Yeah, that's true. But I don't know. What does that count for Tom Petty?
No, way after. Way
after the thing. Okay,
not even close.
Okay, that's fair. I guess based on the window of the voting here and the last minute, all things considered, we have to break the tie. And I'm kind of with you on breaking the tie for Springsteen. And I feel bad because Tom Petty won't back down, but he might end up on the naughty list.
Yeah. Plus, if we allow that vote, I mean, it could be voter fraud for all we know.
That's true. Springsteen's gonna stay. Tom Petty is headed to the naughty list. And so far, the pattern we predicted with the elimination wreath is holding steady. But it can't hold steady again. That's actually not even possible. So,
Not.
well, because we can't eliminate Bruce Springsteen.
Oh, right.
What a good first round so far. This has been kind of a doozy.
It's been brutal.
It has.
Some tough eliminations.
Really tough. And our next one's not going to be much easier. We've got two kind of ballad type songs going head to head next.
Mm-hmm.
And just like last time, one cover and one original. You'll Shoot Your Eye Out by Fall Out Boy. And I'll Be Home for Christmas, Lana Del Rey and Casey Musgraves. Let's kick things off with Fall Out Boy and your unit and score for the boys who fell out.
For the boys who fell out.
Yep.
I gave that one, because I got yelled at for my score for that one. I gave it a 7.
Yelled at? Did I? Not by me.
No, not by you.
Okay.
By you.
Just checking.
By a listener. They were not happy.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I think I got more flack for Fall Out Boy being a 7 than I did for Pink Floyd being a 7.
Wow. I do believe that if you're talking to the right people. That's for sure.
Boy, do I not remember the unit, though.
If you listened to the episode recently,
fallen out of my brain.
If you've listened to the episode recently, you'll remember the unit because it was an intrusive one.
Intrusive one. I have no memory. No.
Yep. Well, your unit for Fall Out Boy. Breaking news updates. Because you kept texting your Fall Out Boy fan sister, who I assume is the one that was chewing you out for giving it a 7.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Yep. And breaking news updates. That was your Fall Out Boy.
Funny. That's right. Yep.
Fantastic. Well, You'll Shoot Your Eye Out is a really cool song. It first came out on November 17th, 2009, coming up on 15 years. I mean, I guess it's past 15 years at this point. It was first released as a bonus track on their first greatest hits album, Believers Never Die. But they wrote it back in 2002 when they were still an up-and-coming band in the Chicago, Wilmette, Illinois punk rock scene. They had booked their dream venue, right? The 1,100-seat Metro in Chicago. They said, this is an iconic show, like what a memorable night. We need to commemorate this special occasion. So in order to have like a little treat for the audience, they wrote, You'll Shoot Your Eye Out. Yule, Y-U-L-E. Of course, a reference to A Christmas Story, like the movie. And that's it. That's how it came to be. I really liked this song. Actually, it was one that I had not heard prior to making this episode, but wow, I really enjoyed it.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah, and I mean, maybe I'm biased. Again, Fall Out Boy is one of my top artists at the end of the year on Spotify, and I really do like old Fall Out Boy. That style is unmatched. But I thought it was a really interesting song to learn about, so that's cool. In the other corner, we've got I'll Be Home for Christmas. Another cover, but a really well-done cover.
Classic song.
Yeah, I'm sure we've had other artists do I'll Be Home for Christmas on Naughty or Nice before. We talked about Rascal Flatts doing a harmony-laden cover of it. But, yeah, we did Lana Del Rey on episode 148. This song, again, came out as a part of Casey Musgraves' Casey's 2019 Christmas show back in November of 2019. And, yeah, I don't know. It's just a good duet. Really pretty. Both very excellent voices. So that's a
They sound really good
feature.
together.
They do. They blend well. And in addition to Lana Del Rey, other guests that were on Casey's special that night include Fred Armisen, Dan Levy, who I guess narrated the entire thing, Camila Cabello, Zooey Deschanel, and the Radio City Rockettes were there to help kick off Christmas. Get it? Because they do the can thing, the chorus line.
Because they punch.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, you're thinking of a different Rockettes.
Yeah.
Those are the Radio Hitty Rockettes. Because they hit. Anyway, that was my dumb joke contribution for that bit. Quick, tell me your unit and score for Lana Del Rey.
Unit and score for Lana Del Rey coming up real quick.
Unfortunately, I can't.
A score of 8 units Del Rey.
Really? That was really smooth. You must know that one pretty well.
You said quick. Yeah, well, I mean, it's an easy one to remember.
Units Del Rey for Lana Del Rey is a little bit cheating. Yeah, you're right. What about Casey Musgraves? Pop quiz.
Oh my God, some aliens maybe related. That was super.
It was not alien related.
Was it? What else was popular in that episode? Was it?
That was your second, like the second episode of the podcast.
Unit.
It was your third ever unit.
Third ever unit, yeah. I don't know. What was Casey Musgraves?
It was happies and sads at the same time. 4 of each. 4 happies and 4 sads at the same time.
Oh, 4 to get 8.
To get 8. Yep.
Yep.
But that's no points for anybody.
Yeah, shame.
That doesn't count against you.
Yeah, fair enough.
Well, let's throw up the timer. You can vote once again for You'll Shoot Your Eye Out by Fall Out Boy.
Vote 1 for Fall Out Boy.
I thought we ditched the numbers. You can also vote for Lana Del Rey and Casey Musgraves. I'll Be Home for Christmas. It's tough because both these songs are so pretty. I don't know which way I would go on this one if you really gun to my head made me choose one.
I assume you went a way.
Well, I did.
For the I think we have the answer to that question sitting in your file.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is a tough choice. A lot of Fall Out Boy fans are also fans of the podcast.
That's true. And that's kind of what
Casey Musgraves just is very pretty sounding. Don't forget to vote. We need those votes.
It's a beautiful rendition of the song. And that's what makes it so hard.
Yeah, I hedged my bets based off of who I thought would be in the stream on this one. I played the game a little bit. I, as the ballad guy, wanted to go with I'll Be Home for Christmas, but I had a feeling Fall Out Boy would win.
Yeah, I opted to take the other route. I thought Casey and Lana was a lot of star power for one song.
Well, once again, I agree with you, but that gets you no points, whereas I will take another one.
I mean, hey, that's what you got to do. But it does look like Fall Out Boy wins this one handily.
Fall Out Boy does win.
And, easily. I might not get the point, but I'm not upset about that.
It's a good song. It is a good song. It's just up against the ballad. I wanted to take the ballad.
Right, of course. Did you give Lana an 8? Is that what we said? I can't believe you gave Lana Del Rey an 8 and Fall Out Boy a 7.
I got a lot of flack for it.
Maybe deservedly so. Well, Lana's on her way to the naughty list. That's going to produce a lot of summertime sadness. Wintertime sadness? Spintertime sadness.
Wintertime blues.
Oh, yeah, that is a bummer. And now she must make her exit from the wreath.
Okay, but here's the thing. The pattern can still exist if we make our way around the circle and then eliminate Bruce Springsteen.
Well, almost everyone's going to get eliminated from this wreath eventually. One will be left standing.
And it may be the one right in the middle.
It really could be. I don't know. Time will tell. Well, up next is another wild matchup. We are
Wild
talking.
matchup.
I don't even know if
So
this one. I
funny.
don't know what this one counts as because neither of these are holiday songs. It's Hooligans Holiday by Motley Crue and Snowflake by George Gershwin.
One of them is about has snow in the title, and the other one has holiday in the title. How are these not holiday songs?
That's literally all they have to do with the holidays. Let's start with Hooligans Holiday and Motley Crue. We did those guys. We did that Motley Crue on episode 139. Hooligans Holiday came out on their self-titled album in February of 1994. So that's a while ago, but also, again, pretty far into what you would consider peak Motley Crue.
Sure.
It's also a really interesting time in the band's history because this is that time when Vince Neil, lead singer, was out of the band. So this is the first single that was recorded by their intermittent vocalist, John Corabi.
Oh.
Yeah, and because of that, it's a little atypical of the Motley Crue style that we heard on Dr. Feelgood. It's very different. It did chart on the US mainstream rock chart at number 10. It hit number 36 on the UK singles chart, and it also charted in Australia and Sweden. But it is not a holiday song. It's about like sex, drugs, rock and roll, Motley Crue lifestyle. Let's burn down our apartment full of cockroaches.
What a coincidence. That's my Christmas list.
Wow. Well, maybe it's a little more of a holiday song than I thought. Oh, man. It's a wild one. Really fun to listen to,
That was my
though.
good Joe contribution for the podcast.
Yeah, that was a winner. Well, what did you...
get one bad one, I get one good one. Even trade.
Right. What did you score and rank Motley Crue?
Motley Crue got... What did I give Motley Crue?
That's a good question that only you can answer. I can also answer it, but that's not how the game works.
I really liked this song, which makes me think I liked their album.
Oh, you really liked Hooligans Holiday?
I did.
Interesting.
I found it very enjoyable.
I forget sometimes how much of a hard rock guy you can be.
Mm-hmm. It can be pretty hard, especially during the Wham-Off.
Good grief.
Listen, I understand it's not making the episode, but...
It's not.
I'm just trying to get the people who are only half paying attention in chat to be like, what? What did I just hear? I think I gave them a really high 7 or a really low 8.
Survey
We'll say we gave them
says...
a really low 8.
Really low 8, okay. And what was your unit?
Couldn't tell you.
That's going to net you 1 point. 8 close calls with fire.
Close calls with fire.
Sounds like 8 is a low guess for how many close calls they really had with fire on their Hooligans Holiday. And then they are competing against George Gershwin. Episode 134, Gopher Day. This song is called Snowflake.
The best rap.
The best rapper, George Gershwin. Best rhapsodizer. Voting early for Hooligan. I think we can count an early vote like that.
We'll allow an early vote.
Sure.
You can vote early. That's a thing.
Yeah.
I'll even accept vote by mails if you get them here in time.
If they can get here in time. Snowflake, from what I could find, its first live performance was in 1920 by Edith Halward. Its alternate title, and a title that might help you actually track it down if you're looking for it a little better, is Love Me While the Snowflakes Fall. I searched Snowflake Gershwin, Snowflakes Gershwin, so many combinations of things, and it was really hard to find Snowflake. And that's because...
Hey, they're all unique, one of a kind, hard to
find. That's true. Love Me While the Snowflakes Fall. It's super rare. The lyrics, and yes, it has lyrics, but they aren't by Gershwin. They're really sweet. The lyrics say, wild winds are blowing, storm clouds are growing, all the world seems cold. Come and let me hold you, dear, do, dear. When we're together, no sort of weather can destroy our love. Through wintry storm, love will keep us warm. Love me while the snowflakes fall. You know, all kinds of other stuff. Love me, darling, while the snowflakes fall. Really sweet little song. And it's a piano ballad mostly. I mean, of the times that you'll find it and hear it, you won't find many lyrics with it. I really enjoyed Snowflake, much like I enjoyed all the Gershwin songs we did. But you said you really liked Hooligan's Holiday.
I did.
Well, I guess we should open up the vote and...
Well, you should probably ask me what my unit and score was for Gershwin.
Look at you remembering the game now. I guess I will.
The game when I know it. I wish you would have not remembered to do it for Motley Crue, since apparently I didn't remember my unit for that one.
Well, it's too late for all that. Tell me what you did on Gopher Day for the Gershwins.
Oh, well, Gopher Day got a pretty solid 8 out of 10.
Darn right.
And it was a pretty decent descent into madness montage.
Yep. Because of your picnic with the Gophers.
Swear me and the Gopher met. I was on a picnic.
Uh-huh.
Listening to George and Ira Gershwin.
So I've been told. Actually, not Ira, because he only did words, and you met during Rhapsody in Blue.
He was there, just for moral support.
Oh, okay.
It was like a double date situation.
A double date. A guy, his brother, you, and a rodent. Sure. Well, let's get the rest of the votes in here. Time to vote.
Get the votes in. Yeah, I can't believe I don't listen to more Motley Crue, actually.
Yeah,
this song,
Motley Crue.
Listening to it for this reminded me that I should listen to more Motley Crue.
They'll kickstart your heart.
I'm almost worried, though, to listen to more Motley Crue, because I'm worried I'm going to, spoil it. Because, I really like the one we did. I really like this one. I'm afraid I'm going to find their not-so-great stuff, and then be like, oh, man, I kind of like this close to perfect image I have of them.
You don't want to spoil, you don't want to ruin the Motley Crue illusion.
Yeah.
That's fair. I bet you can find a lot of other good stuff in there, though. I mean, there's plenty of good stuff that's not Kickstart My Heart. I keep calling it that's not Dr. Feelgood, and that's not Hooligan's Holiday. But what about Snowflake? Did you like Snowflake at all?
Oh, yeah. No, I absolutely... I'm the one that found Snowflake for this.
I know. Well,
I'm the one that found it. Of course I like it.
Yeah.
Love me some Gersh. Love me some classical music. As much as I can be a metalhead, I can also get super into the classics.
You could be a Gersh head.
So, exactly.
Wonderful. I think my vote would maybe... Oh, I don't know. I'd have to vote Gershwin if I were picking myself, because...
Really?
I just really like... Yeah, I like his style, and I don't listen to enough of him, even still. I mean, 45 episodes on.
I agree. It's just, I don't know, when compared to Hooligan's Holiday, it was hard to pick the piano song.
Yeah, I get that. But Hooligan's Holiday is not even close to the holiday. Like, it's not even holiday season. It's just holiday, let's get away from life. I don't know. But the votes are in, and the votes disagree with me. Not necessarily with my pick for the bracket, but definitely with my preferences. And Hooligan's Holiday, Motley Crue of all people, is going to stay on the nice list. And George Gershwin is going to make his way over to the naughty side.
Tisk tisk.
That'll...
Good old naughty rap.
He's a naughty rapper. And the Hooligans get to continue their holiday on the nice list.
I think the Hooligans team up with the Daggy Hoons.
Oh, a Hoon's holiday. That'd be awesome.
That'd be awesome.
That would unequivocally get my vote. Oh, they're still good. Gershwin is out. Well, now all patterns are fully broken on this wreath.
Yeah, I mean...
Boy, oh boy.
You did a bad job of putting the wreath together.
That's not true. I just put them in the order we did the episodes. I did a bad job of putting the year together. Well, our last matchup in round 1 has arrived. It's really something.
Honest, potentially the hardest one for me to choose.
You think? Really? Why is that?
We need something to talk about during the countdown, so I'll save it for that.
Okay, reasonable. And I should tell people what the last 2 songs are first. To remind you, it's Christmas Cookies by Lainey Wilson up against Daryl's version of Jingle Bell Rock by Daryl Hall and John Oates. Christmas cookies first. Let's see if your extrasensory perception stretches into the past, which I guess in that case is just called memory. What did you score and unitify Lainey Wilson?
Uh, boy, it definitely probably had something to do with bell bottoms and stuff.
In a certain sense,
I
it
had to
did, and in
guess.
another sense, it sure did not.
I gave her a 9.
You
I remember
did.
giving her a 9. She's in my country corner.
That's true.
Bell bottoms. What did we talk about in that episode? Oh, it's Pirate Dad.
It's Pirate
He
Dad's.
gave her his booty.
She got her booty from her daddy, and it's a pirate booty.
Pirate booty.
Yep, Pirate Dad's is what you gave Lainey Wilson. Back on episode 132. I really enjoyed Christmas cookies. Lainey Wilson's version came out in 2021, but the original version of the
Who wrote
song.
the original?
Great question.
The George Strait version?
Yeah, George Strait did the original.
I wasn't sure if his was also a cover or not.
Well, no, his is the original. He didn't write it because he doesn't write any of his songs, but he released it in 1999 for a country Christmas compilation on Universal. And what a cute little song. It's about how she can't stop eating Christmas cookies. Just keeps eating cookies and cookies and cookies. Nonstop. But the cute little twist at the end is that the side benefit of eating all the cookies is that now she has to spend more quality time with her loved one to bake even more cookies to eat. And that's why she eats them all year round. It's a setup. Not a bad song.
Fun fact, when you Google Christmas cookie or when you put it in Spotify, when you search in Spotify to try to pull it up to listen to it, you get some very interesting recommended artists.
Yeah, I would imagine. I don't know if I want to know.
The fun ones are Christmas with Cookie.
Oh.
And the Cookie Monster, actually.
Oh, Cookie Monster, the same guy that was on that Bruce Springsteen album.
Yeah, dude, he's a pretty popular artist.
What do you know?
Maybe we should discover him in the year of Discovery.
I'm not going to do a Cookie Monster album in the year of Discovery.
You don't have a choice if I bring him.
I always have a choice. What version did you like better? Lainey's or George's? The King of Country Music or the Queen of BBSP?
See? Cookie Monster album.
I bet he doesn't even have an album.
The fans crave a Cookie Monster album.
Cookie Monster probably doesn't even have an album.
You want to bet?
I don't want to bet. I just want you to answer the question.
I don't remember what the question was now.
The question was about whether you like George Strait's version or Lainey Wilson's version better.
I liked Lainey's better.
Really? That's interesting. I think I like George's version better.
Well, here's the thing. George's has that nostalgia factor of the fact that I recognized it.
That's true.
I knew of the George Strait version already. So there's some of that familiarity bias going on there. But I like the Dolly Parton-esque twang and style that Lainey Wilson puts on her version of Christmas Cookies.
That's a good point. It's that hippie infused style that she did so well on everything on Bell Bottom Country.
Mm-hmm. Also, congrats on having sound.
Right.
I said Cookie Monster album and you heard it. So that means you're listening with sound.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Amazon.com/best Cookie Monster. Is this an album? It's a vinyl for $85.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I might have to buy the Cookie Monster vinyl.
Christmas is coming.
If somebody wants to give me the Cookie Monster vinyl for Christmas. It's got 5 stars. I mean, it's gotta be good.
1 review. Yeah. Ridiculous. Well, That's Lainey Wilson, Christmas Cookies.
Dang. You
I'm-
deleted that? Dang.
No links in chat. It's the rules. It's not me. It's the rules.
I feel like you were just trying to prevent me from getting to it.
No, it's the rules. The last song we've got to talk about at this juncture is Jingle Bell Rock by Daryl Hall and John Oates. I'm so glad we saved this one for last because there's a story behind this one, and it is so fitting with everything we've talked about. Everything we know about Daryl Hall and John Oates is so true about this song. So, we talked about them on episode 131. We didn't talk about Hall and Oates, did we? We talked about Daryl Hall and John Oates because they are adamant that their names are separate. They're not a band or like an act. They are individual artists working together.
Unlike Simon and Garfunkel.
Right, Simon and Garfunkel, they operated as a unit.
They were together and then apart and then together and then apart.
And together and apart, together and apart. Simon and Garfunkel just can't keep away from each
Daryl
other.
Hall and John Oates were just always apart, despite people's attempts to put them together.
Yes, right. They always had their own things going on. Well, they released Jingle Bell Rock in the 80s. Twice. Now,
Okay.
twice. But a new version of Jingle Bell Rock did show up on their 18th and final studio album, which was their only Christmas album, by the way. It's called Home for Christmas. But that's not the version we're talking about. We're going back to the 80s because in true Daryl Hall and John Oates, we can't be known as one band, we're distinct and separate artists in every way, and the only means we're working together for now, and the ampersand only means we're working together for now, fashion. In the 80s, their versions of the song came out as a two-sided 45 single, right? One side is Jingle Bell Rock with Daryl Hall singing the vocals, and then the other side is Jingle Bell Rock with John Oates singing the vocals.
Amazing.
They are identical recordings, and they just have whoever sings the vocal is different on each side of the 45.
That's amazing.
Completely insufferable. Literally, it's so Daryl Hall and John Oates. I can't even believe it. I was shocked to discover that it went like this deep. They can't even make one song together.
On Connor's Hippin' and Hoppin' album, we should have on one side a song perform where I sing, and on the B side have a song where the mixtapers sing.
That would be wonderful. I actually would fully do that. Whenever we get around to making the Hippin' and Hoppin' album, that's what we'll do. Now, we're talking about Daryl's version specifically today because, you know, as is the problem when you release two identical songs with one vocalist on each side, one becomes immensely more popular. And that's Daryl's version.
And that person's the winner.
Yeah, Daryl won this duo for sure. To look at their like music video, which again is the same exact music video with a different audio track layered over it, Daryl Hall's version has millions of views. John Oates is pushing hundreds of thousands. And even on Spotify, the streams are like 300 million to 2 million. So that's 10 times as popular, Daryl Hall's version of Jingle Bell Rock.
I think my favorite thing about Jingle Bell Rock, Daryl's version,
Yeah.
is the little like clip of the music video that plays in the preview on Spotify.
Very
when you have the
specific.
videos turned on. It is hilarious because you're
What-
like just listening to the song, and then like they're all like, it's so just weird. Like one of them comes in and is like doing this weird little like not looking at the camera, walking forward, like head bob, and then like he walks into some presents and like parts them.
Oh, I'm
and then
seeing
the
it
other
now.
one's sitting there making like a weird face.
That is
And it is just that on loop the
Yes.
entire time you're listening to the song
Yep.
over and over, and it's hilarious.
That's what it's like to watch the music video. Yes, that's exactly it. Well, let's open the voting and discuss whether Christmas Cookies
you did
or-
it again.
You're right.
You're really bad about your own game, is what I'm learning here.
This time I
could've
am.
just not played the game by not telling you. that
It's
you
a Christmas
played the game.
tradition. At this point, we have to play the game.
We have to.
Especially in a year where we talked about Queen. They played the game. Everybody played the game.
Unfortunately for you and everybody in chat, you've lost the game.
Darn it. But what's your unit and score for Daryl Hall and John Oates?
They were in 8 legal battles.
Oh, 8 legal battles is correct. You had a lot of lawyer-related units in this situation.
In the year 2024?
In 2024 so far, since last Christmas. Not the Wham! Last Christmas, though. Actually, a year ago Christmas. Yeah, well, now I guess
we can vote.
Now we can vote. Now that all the business has been taken care of.
We can't vote, but now they can vote.
That's right. Daryl Hall and John Oates, Jingle Bell Rock. Lainey Wilson, Christmas Cookies. What do you got? This one, unfortunately, is a no-brainer for me. I think Jingle Bell Rock wins this one in a bit of a landslide, personally.
Really?
Yeah, I really enjoy Cookie Monster. Lainey Wilson. I really enjoy Christmas Cookies, and I like both the George Strait and the Lainey Wilson versions, and I hadn't heard it before. It was new to me this year.
I guess to me, I can't get the Jingle Bell Rock Bobby Helms version. That's all I hear.
That's true.
Okay, the vote for oatmeal, excuse me.
It could be an oatmeal cookie, or it could be John Oatmeal. I don't know which one that is.
Yeah. I went Christmas Cookie because
Ooh.
it's a song I hadn't heard, and I just really liked the performance of it.
Yeah, that one is going to go into my Christmas playlist. Either.
Like, I'm never going to go listen to the Daryl Hall Jingle Bell Rock.
Probably not.
Jingle Bell Rock.
You're the one that pointed out that he had a version of Jingle Bell Rock in the first place. In the episode, you're like, we're getting ready for Spinter Wonderland. That was you, and you didn't even vote for him.
Oh. I know it exists, but not gonna. That's not the one I want. Man,
yeah.
Everybody's. Hey, Ginny, hang on. Don't you combine them like that.
We do have a lot of votes in chat that aren't going to count. I see a lot of votes for Hall & Oates, and Hall & Oates, that's not a band. This is Daryl Hall and John Oates. But luckily, they still won. So Daryl Hall and John Oates are going to move on.
A single vote for Lainey.
No, she's got a Heart Like a Truck and a Naughty List spot.
That makes me sad. That's my first miss. I thought I was going to go perfect in the opening round.
I'm frankly glad you didn't, because it gives me a little bit more of a chance.
Ah.
Oh, is Connor quiet? That's not good. I can turn him up for you. I hope he's not quiet on the recording.
You've been quiet this whole time?
Always quiet on the recording.
I see myself like peeking a lot, so I feel like I'm not quiet.
You're so quiet. Like, that was so quiet. I don't know how it works for you. Yeah.
I'm a man of extremes.
You got to stay like 6 inches from the microphone.
You can see me on camera. I am like less than. I'm that.
Now you are
far away from the microphone. No, I think my voice gets quiet when I talk. So I have a very wide range.
That's true. You got to project like you're talking to the back of the room, like you're on a stage in a theater.
But it's so late. I'm so sleepy. I don't have my voice is dying. Actually, I can't tell if you can tell.
I can tell.
I might have overdone my voice in some way. That definitely is not relevant to the beginning of this episode. Might have shot my voice doing that.
Noted. Unfortunate. Well, Lainey is headed to the naughty list. And that takes us to the end.
I can't believe I've been quiet this whole time and nobody said anything. Oh, also, continuing with our weird Sesame Street trend this episode, it's come up a weird amount of times. Elmo pops up as an artist when you're looking at the recommended artists for Jingle Bell Rock.
Wonderful.
At least on my end. I don't know. Maybe it's my preferences. Like Spotify's trying to tell me to listen to Sesame Street.
You need to listen to Elmo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that wraps up what we called last year our drummer's drumming round.
Oh, that's right.
We're not really sticking with that too hard and fast this year. But that takes us on to round 2. Wherein we've got some interesting ones here. Mariah Carey will square off against The Wellerman Christmas. And Springsteen will square off against Fall Out Boy. Motley Crue will take on Daryl Hall and John Oates. Well, let's kick it off. We've got Mariah Carey and All I Want for Christmas Is You versus The Wellerman Christmas. And I mean, what a matchup. What's there to say? I think we should just start voting on that one now.
Yeah, we can start voting.
There's some interesting parallels between Mariah Carey and the Wellerman, if you think about it, really. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but they're there.
But they're there.
Yeah.
They're there.
The Wellerman, I'm proud of them for making it to this round. Really, I am.
I am as well. But I think it's where they must part ways.
I think so too. I mean, if I were voting, I'd give it to Mariah Carey. My bracket, I'll be honest, spoiler alert, gives it to Mariah Carey over the Wellerman Christmas version. But
well, I don't think the Wellerman even made it to this round on your bracket, if I had to guess.
well, luckily you don't have to guess. We have proof eventually.
We need some votes. Mariah Carey.
We don't need the votes. We know. Mariah Carey, I guess. Chat.
It's so sad. I think Wellerman could have easily made it to the top 3 if they weren't going against Mariah Carey.
Well, put the Wellerman against Fall Out Boy or Motley Crue, and maybe they stand a chance. But I don't know if it's.
I think if they were on, I think if they were, I think they beat in this case Jingle Bell Rock, I guess. I think they would have beat that too. I think there's only a couple songs here that would have knocked them out, and unfortunately, in round 2, they came up against one of them.
Well, Mariah Carey, she doesn't want a lot for Christmas, but she wants a crack at Wham so far.
She's getting it so far. She is.
She is on her way. Along. There go the Wellerman. Soon may they come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day, when the tonguing is done, they'll take their naughty list and go. That brings us to Springsteen and Fall Out Boy. Santa Claus is Coming to Town versus You'll Shoot Your Eye Out. Unfortunate that this is the matchup. Really, it is.
Another unfortunate one.
I really liked You'll Shoot Your Eye Out. It was new to me this year. It was so cool. It's going to be one I add to my list. Huh?
Probably start the timer so we don't run out of things to say. There you go.
Get
your votes in. Fine. Fall Out Boy or Springsteen.
Santa Claus is Coming to Town is just so good. And it's another one you hear out and about and on the radio constantly. Mm-hmm. It is ever present in a way that You'll Shoot Your Eye Out just can't be.
But you see, here's, again, the game you have to play.
Oh, yeah, I know. What's chat going to vote for?
What is chat going to vote for in this scenario?
No, what? I think Springsteen wins it for me.
Votes.
I don't know if Springsteen's going to win it for chat. But
I hedged the bets again on who was gonna be here, and I took Fall Out Boy again.
You took Fall Out Boy over Springsteen. That's wild.
Again, not my personal preference. It's what I thought chat would do.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Well, that is the votes. That's the way the votes go. And Springsteen, the boss, just got fired.
He just got fired.
And Springsteen's on the naughty list. Born in the USA and born to be the next entry on the naughty list. I vocally disagree, but I understand. There's a vote for Foe. I vocally disagree, but I understand. I'm writing a dissenting opinion that Springsteen deserves better.
I also dissent. Springsteen deserves the spot. It's just not what I thought chat would do.
You didn't make your own. This
is how
bracket.
I won last year. This is how I won last year. I played the game. I played the win. You played for what you felt was best.
I made my bracket. Yeah, that's true.
And it's not how you become a champion around here.
I guess not. But the boss is gone. Now the wreath is getting really one-sided in its elimination.
It really is.
Everybody's on the right. Wow. I understand. Well, honestly, what that does is that makes me a little nervous about the next round. Because
doesn't make me nervous.
I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see. That means Fall Out Boy's gonna go on soon to face Mariah Carey, and All I Want for Christmas Is You. But before we get there, we've got to take care of these hooligans. That is Daryl Hall and John Oates, and also Motley Crue. Hooligans Holiday versus Jingle Bell Rock. Two songs that could scarcely be more different in their holiday vibes. We'll start the vote timer. Throw your votes in the chat for Motley Crue and Hooligans Holiday or Jingle Bell Rock by Daryl Hall. And also John Oates is there, but he's not singing. And choose wisely, because this is the song that's going to have to go up against Wham!
This is the first song that's going to have to go up against Wham!, yeah. D. Hall and J. Oates. Really? Over Motley Crue?
Absolutely. What?
I didn't even have Daryl Hall making it to this round.
No, he's absolutely got to beat Motley Crue. And their song's not even a holiday song. I'm just saying.
It's better. It's a better song.
See, Daryl Hall and John Oates for sure.
Oh my gosh.
Hooligans Holiday it's not the vibe of the season.
Oh, it's a good song, and I thought it was better than Christmas Cookie in my bracket.
Well, I would, I guess, put it above Christmas Cookies too. Maybe. I don't know, but not in a Christmas sense, just in a song sense. Christmas Cookies does feel a little like
I'm not the one that put it on the
produced.
Christmas bracket.
I know.
Right? I judged it based on it being a song in the Christmas bracket.
Do you think I put it here on the Christmas special only to complain about how unchristmassy it was?
Yeah,
that's exactly what I've done, but it doesn't matter. The votes are in. Hall and Oates take it in a landslide.
Man.
They're staying nice, and Motley Crue is headed to the naughty list like the hooligans they are.
Hey, not all hooligans are naughty.
Not all who hooligan are not.
Hooligans.
Well, let's add Wham to the mix.
Man.
Wham.
Who knew that Daryl Hall was gonna be my kryptonite here?
Your kryptonite. Love it. Well, what can you say?
I hate it.
That is a thing you can say. So our final four in this Naughty or Nice. All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey. You'll Shoot Your Eye Out by Fall Out Boy. Daryl Hall and John Oates, Jingle Bell Rock, Daryl's version. And returning Whampians.
Back to back.
Last Christmas by Wham.
They're here and they're ready to throw down. They're ready to wham off.
I'm so curious to see how this plays out. There's some strong contenders here. I just don't know. I just don't know. Here. Up first, the real roll of the dice. All I Want for Christmas Is You versus
This is what is
going to
determine if I win. I think this right here determines if I win or not.
I don't know.
I think if I get... Because I think I know what you picked, and I know what I picked, and we have an option here. We'll see what happens.
I just need you to be honest with yourself. Between All I Want for Christmas Is You, the perennial holiday #1 hit that earns billions of dollars in royalties. Okay, hundreds of millions of dollars in royalties.
Chat, this is your opportunity to determine what the best Christmas song of the year is.
Fall Out Boy's special
heart.
bonus track on a greatest hits album from 2002 versus Mariah Carey's 30-year anniversary 1994 holiday hit All I Want for Christmas Is You. Changed the course of popular Christmas music.
Guilt you into...
It's not guilt. I'm just saying to consider it.
Don't let him guilt you into going with the mob.
We just did
Vote
the
with your
whole
heart.
episode on it to get it into this list.
Don't vote with the mob. Vote with the fob.
We did the whole episode on Merry Christmas to get All I Want for Christmas Is You in the running, and it's not even going to get the chance to go head-to-head with Wham. You know it deserves it.
We're going to find out in a minute as soon as you start the voting. We already have our first Fallout Boy.
The Queen of
Fob,
Christmas.
not mob.
The Queen
Fob,
of Christmas
not
deserves
mob.
a shot
Fob,
at the
not
champions,
mob.
at the Wampions.
Chant it with me, chat. Fob, not mob.
No. The mob vote. The mob vote is Fallout Boy if the mob votes for Fallout Boy. That's the first time someone has said Christmas in chat.
That's amazing.
Your vendetta, I don't know. It's
Fallout
a
Boy.
tight race. It's a tight race. The whole bracket
It's a
comes
real
down to
tight
this.
race. Come
Whether
on.
Wham wins
Come
or
on,
not, I
Bob.
think comes
Fallout
down
Boy
to this.
pulling ahead.
There's no way. No
The peer
way.
pressure is too strong. Come on.
Unbelievable.
Fob, not mob.
She takes milk baths.
I think it's hilarious that we did a whole episode to get her into this so that she could have a chance to take down Wham and then gets eliminated. Give me an F.
Say that again.
Give me an O. No. 1 second. Give me a B.
Unbelievable. Fallout Boy won the vote.
I think it's hilarious that we specifically picked an episode of the podcast in order to get her into here because we thought she would be the best bet to dethrone Wham.
She is.
And here comes a dark horse knocking her out before she even gets there.
Before the finals. She's a semifinal elimination.
But the best part is they're a dark horse that I predicted when I looked at the list today to make my bracket. I went, if the right people show up, I think I know how this is gonna go.
I'm stunned. All of our polling was wrong. How could all of our polls have been so wrong?
The polling data was wrong.
The North polling.
The North polling has gone south.
No doubt. That's Mariah Carey is on the naughty list. This is like a code red. I don't know how we come back. I think you mean wham. Because that's the best news Andrew Ridgely has gotten in years.
Yeah, they are celebrating. Listen. They are back together celebrating this last Christmas that they're going to spend in this bracket one way or another.
This is their last Christmas. They will genuinely, yeah.
They as the mixtaper said at the top of the episode, they're either going to go out on top of Christmas Mountain or be dethroned.
I don't really foresee a hard road for Wham.
We will find out.
We'll find out. But first, before they even make it to the finals,
is going to get real conflicted in the finals here.
Before they even make it to the finals, Wham has to
maybe they get knocked out right here. Maybe Daryl Hall knocks out Wham.
Look, if Elvis didn't do it, Daryl Hall is not going to knock out Wham. But we should talk about Last Christmas again because we haven't done it yet this year.
Yeah, we haven't. Yep.
Now, Last Christmas, we first talked about Make It Big and Wham on episode 58 with Carpincho, the capybara, and all the glory in that Cars 2 scene that the mixtaper lied about. And we also talked about Last Christmas in Naughty or Nice 2022, episode 76, and Naughty or Nice Christmas 2023, episode 128. The song came out on December 3rd, 1984, and the world has not been the same since. This is its 40th anniversary, actually. That's interesting. Yeah, I talked so much about Mariah Carey and All I Want for Christmas Is You being the 30th. This is 10 years earlier. So, yeah, if they win this year, Wham become our undisputed champions of Naughty or Nice, and we just have to take them out of the running because there's no competition. Nothing can beat Wham.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You already know all the facts. Go listen to one of the previous episodes where we talked about them. But if you do need a refresher on All I Want for Christmas Is You, it spent 5 weeks at number 2 on the UK charts on release. They got blocked by Band-Aid, and do they know it's Christmas time?
Here's the problem with that, Kara, is it not only messes up my bracket, it also messes up James's bracket. So it's null and void. It just cancels out. So chat can do whatever they want. I think I've locked up the win last match.
You might have. It did finally top the UK singles chart in 2021, 36 years later. And also within the lifespan of this podcast, which is wild. Before that point, Last Christmas held the distinction of being the highest selling single to never top the charts. It sold more than 1.9 million units. But now that it has topped the charts, for the last 3 years, the title has belonged to Mr. Brightside, which really makes me laugh. And, of course, because I do always love to remind everybody of this, George Michael wrote the entire song in his childhood bedroom as an adult. But then he got into the studio, he plastered the studio with Christmas decorations for the ambiance. And then he wrote, played, and produced every single instrument all by himself. Again, it's not even really a Wham song. It's a George Michael song where Andrew Ridgeley is there. But that's Last Christmas. I guess it's time
this Christmas
for Connor to tell us what his unit and score were for the Wham episode.
Well, if you'd listened to the episode, you'd know.
Oh, bravo. You remembered. Last year you forgot.
And that's why I remembered this year.
That's fair. Do you know what score you gave Wham?
I literally said it, but that's okay.
Oh. What was it?
I said if you listen to the episode, you'd know I gave it an 8.
Oh, yeah, you did say it. Look at that.
But I think you were too busy going bravo.
I was congratulating you. Well, you nailed that. That means
time for the polls. Go ahead.
You really hit a lot of those right. You got all the points for Wham. Let's see. You got 4, 6.
I missed a few in there.
8, 10, 11,
I came
12,
out around
13.
14, 15. How many were we now? We had 12 songs.
You got 20 points on
20 out of 24.
26.
26.
You got 20 points out of 26 possible points. So that's pretty strong.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
Take that. That's like a B.
Yeah. That's probably one of your best outings at this game. All my other games, you just ace. So I'm glad you missed a few. But
would have done a little better if I hadn't taken that dive for spoiler's sake.
Sure. But I guess it's time to vote. Do you want Wham, the Wampians, to continue on? Or is this the day that Daryl Hall and John Oates come out of the woodwork and Jingle Bell rock their way to the finals? I don't know, man. I would predict an easy win for Wham, but with the way this crowd's voting and the way this bracket's been going, some dark horses. It could be anything. It could be anything.
Oh, come on. The Wampians, the thing we built. Yeah, you want to mess with that? I gotta go with Wham. All right, there we go.
Imagine Wham getting eliminated.
It's such a good song. We did the Wham-Off, and Wham doesn't even make it to the finals. That would be absurd.
That'd be it's the way the
Wham deserves to be in the finals.
No, I don't know. That's what I said about Mariah. Anything's possible.
What happens there is up to the fans. But
anything's possible
to be there.
Anything can happen.
Oh, we have another vote for Wham.
Yeah, well, you know. I suppose that's a win for Wham.
I guess that's a win for Wham right there.
Fair and square.
Fair and square.
I'm not surprised.
even if we count that vote, it goes to a tie, and I think you and I are both in agreement that Wham goes. So
Yeah, I guess. I don't know what's gonna happen in the next round. I don't know.
I don't know. I made a prediction, and I don't really care at this point what happens.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
At
But
this point, I am happy either way. If Wham wins it all, then the if Wham takes it all, they've earned it.
they have.
If Fall Out Boy somehow dethrones them, that'll be cool too, because that means they get to come back next year.
Which is so wild. But yeah, I guess Wham does win that vote in a nail biter of a competition. What is happening?
The mixtapers, we only said that James and I can't vote. The mixtaper clearly gets a vote. He's in the chat.
There we go. Hall & Oates are out of contention, and that leaves our two finalists. Our final...
Too late. Votes are locked in. Can't get your ballot back. Sorry.
Oh my gosh. Our finalists for Naughty or Nice
I'm
2023.
Really curious to see what
2024.
Because the chat is the reason that they're back-to-back Wampions.
Chat's voted Wham up
is
twice.
The chat's Wampions. I mean, they have voted them the winner twice.
But
so now to
chat has also brought Fall Out Boy.
Clear favorite. Yeah, the clear
chat
favorite
has also
of the
brought Fall Out
thus far.
Boy hope against hope to the finals to face Wham. They've chosen their champion, and they've chosen their Wampion. Now it's just time to see which one wins.
The champion and the Wampion squaring off. Who will be crowned King of Christmas this year? The King of Spinner Wonderland.
Oh, you know what? Fall Out Boy did a song called Champion. If I can live through this, I can do anything. It's from Mania. Anyway, not that. Where's my timer?
Here we go.
This is the final vote of the Wham trilogy of Naughty or Nice. Wow, what a ride it's been.
Do we dethrone?
Could be a tough one.
What I made a prediction, but it honestly could go either way. I don't know what they're gonna do. They're gonna have a real crisis of character here when they have to choose between their Wampion and the champion. And right now, chat is definitely split.
That's wild. I don't know.
Close race.
I don't even want to say which one I would prefer.
I'm not going to say either.
I don't know if I have a real solid preference. I just want to see it end.
Wow. We are...
It's tight.
It's real tight.
Whoa! Whoa!
Whoa!
Oh!
A surprise voter!
Uh-oh.
Oh!
It's tied.
Is it really?
We can't pick.
Wait, hang on. No, hang on. Because did you count that double vote on accident?
No, it's 2-2. Hi. Also hi.
Okay, let's wait for the lag. There's a couple people who I know had been voting. There's a split.
A tie is the funniest thing that could happen.
You missed. There is a split. I mean, the tie is hilarious.
Do we have to break the tie?
Time is up. It's a tie. You and I have to. The audience
Wham-Off. We have to
decide. The audience couldn't choose between their champion and their Wampion.
We have to pick.
Are we counting the late vote here?
No.
I mean, the chat is so split here. I mean,
no, we have to break the tie. We have to break this tie.
I think, yeah. Unfortunately, the timer's there for a reason. So, yeah, you definitely got it.
You tied it. You're the one that tied it.
Yeah, you're the one that tied it. I'm referring to Carabite, who voted last second, or like way after the timer. Alphabetically, apparently.
Oh no, you were good.
So we have a tie, which means the audience could not choose between their champion and their Wampion.
No.
And it is up to us to declare the winner.
Wild.
of Naughty or Nice season 3?
Let's see.
Way after the timer. Way after the timer. Way after the timer. Your vote. Vote on time or not at all. It was nowhere near on time. Yo, we were lagging.
There was a pretty good amount of time for lag.
Hang on. I've got it pulled up. I can scrub through and check when it actually showed up based on lag. One moment.
I don't know.
One moment.
It is the responsibility of the voter to refresh and be current with stream.
Almost a minute behind?
Did you
How bad is
refresh?
your internet
I don't
tonight?
know. Yeah. Cuz I've got it pulled up and
How bad your
I'm
internet
seconds
tonight?
behind. I don't know.
Chat's gonna riot, and honestly, it's their choice. I think we give it to what chat wants. I'm team chat here. In this scenario, this is their Wham-Off.
You're right.
Who are we to
pick.
off their wham?
We can't pick for them. You can.
We can't pick for them. We are merely here to observe and document this historic day.
You know what they say. You can off your nose and you can off your friends, but you can't wham your friends. I don't know. There's a joke in there.
Chat is... I mean, there is such a crisis of character going. Chat, I've never seen chat more divided on whether or not...
Nah, I know.
We should... it is so split.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do here.
I don't either.
I really don't know what to do.
Well,
I feel...
Do we have another
vote? They're
vote?
so split no matter what we... That's
Flip
basically
a
just
coin.
giving it to the... Flip a coin.
If it was Mariah, you voted Mariah Carey away. I don't have a good coin for flipping.
Hang on. I have somewhere. Hang on.
We gotta flip. The Wham-Off comes down to a coin flip.
I have it somewhere. Oh, I see it. Hang on.
You see a coin.
Even better than a coin. I have found the prototype
Oh my gosh.
spinning coaster.
Yeah, we made a spinning coaster.
That
it's like a prototype
I can
merch
just
item.
throw up and flip, and heads is the Spin It logo, tails is the bottom of the coaster.
Uh-huh. Okay. Heads is the logo, tails is the bottom of the coaster. We're flipping a coaster to decide who wins the Wham-Off.
Flipping a coaster. See if I can flip it in a way that...
Okay, but wait. What's what?
Uh-huh. What do you mean, what's what?
Is heads...
Oh.
You could say, yeah, this one's heads and this one's tails, but we have to assign a winner to each side so we know what the result is.
Well, I think heads is Wham because
they're the Wampians.
They're the Wampians.
And then tails is Fall Out Boy. Okay.
Connor, please, OMG. Here we go. I'm gonna back it up. I'm gonna back my chair out of the frame so I can try to flip the coaster and you can see the flip on camera. You're not gonna be able to see the result, but oh well.
You'll poke your eyes out? That's not the song. It's been flipped. Heads it's Wham, tails it's Fall Out Boy. Who won the Wham-Off?
Well, Here's the problem.
What? Did it break?
The prototype coaster did not survive.
It fell apart.
It fell apart. So it was both heads and tails.
It's a
Both
tie.
sides of it. we
It was heads and tails at the same time.
we tied we tied a coin toss.
Oh, that's why they toss coins and not prototype plastic coasters.
Oh, fantastic.
Okay.
Ooh, they could be duo winners like Katniss and PETA. That honestly might be the most Christmassy answer of them all.
That's such an unsatisfying result.
Well, anything we do is going to be a little unsatisfying at this point. I'm saying here's the thing. Dual winners, since chat is so split. Wham gets to retire the Wampion, and Fall Out Boy gets to carry the torch into next year as the champion.
So it's like a passing of the torch from Wham, the 2.5-time winners, and they will retire at the top of their game. Okay, and then pass it on, much like, the Cars franchise that Andrew Ridgely wasn't in. This is Wham getting pushed across the finish line by Fall Out Boy.
Yeah, Fall Out Boy doubled back and pushed them across the finish
Wham
line.
across the finish line at the last minute. So,
in that scenario, Daryl Hall and John Oates are
chick.
Our chick who won the technically won the race.
Well,
but we don't have to think about that.
John Oates has the mustache like him.
Yeah. Well, it's not so much that.
It's not about. It's for the
Wham
love
was
of the
retiring.
game.
Wham was retiring at the end of this season, anyways.
So Fall
whether
Out
they
Boy
won or not. So Fall Out Boy, as the runner-up, was going to be moving on next year, anyways. So we might as well just call it a tie, since you guys couldn't make up your mind.
And the coin flip. To be fair, we were gonna have a result, but the coin flip. Fate said it should be a tie. It doesn't get any more frustrating than this, and I'm so sorry that you've waited 3 years for a broken coaster.
Think about it's like it's the classic Christmas movie ending. Both sides that are at war come together for Christmas.
It's true. That is how it's happened.
So there you have it.
Wow.
A bracket challenge, only the way Spin It podcast can do it.
The whole tagline we had.
Chaos.
The whole tagline we had for this episode is, "Will this be Wham's last Christmas?" And what we failed to realize is it was gonna be Wham's last Christmas, whether they won or lost. That's wild. I can't believe Mariah Carey didn't even make it here. Let's do some final spin. Let's wrap this up with a bow.
We need to wrap this up by revealing our brackets.
Yeah. Well, that first round sure was a doozy.
Yeah?
All I Want for Christmas Is You, Thank God It's Christmas. I picked All I Want for Christmas Is You, and I got that right.
Yep. Same.
Okay. Let me make a little thing so I can keep track of our scores here. Simon and Garfunkel and Star Carol versus the Wellerman Christmas. That means I picked Simon and Garfunkel to move on. You picked the Wellerman Christmas?
Oh, I absolutely picked the Wellerman Christmas. It's my pick.
I know. Well, I know. I couldn't resist when I saw that they had a Christmas version of the song that was the same. Now, Christmas All Over Again versus Santa Claus Is Coming to Town. Oh, I've been on such a Tom Petty kick, and I really do love that song, but I had to give it to The Boss. Because Springsteen, man, what a great live song. So, that's another point for me. Which one did you pick out of that pair?
Oh, I picked Bruce Springsteen.
Bruce Springsteen, of course you did. The Fall Out Boy song is the only Christmas song I actively listen to that's not just on in the grocery store. Interesting.
Well, that's good.
It's also not super Christmassy. I mean, it's a little bit. They like allude to Christmas. Up next, Fall Out Boy versus Lana Del Rey, and I'll Be Home for Christmas. I was super duper wrong on that one, and I eliminated Fall Out Boy round 1, and here they are, Whampian's spiritual successor. I was wrong.
Here's the thing.
Say that again.
Last Christmas, Wham will always and forever be our one and only Whampian.
Well, yeah, but the next one gets to be a Whampian. It's just like the honorary.
So moving forward, we now have Fall Out Boy as our spiritual successor, as our champion. I don't think they get to call themselves a Whampian.
Oh, I was gonna do it like the Wham Lifetime Achievement Award, but you're just a Whampian. Whenever you win,
you're the Whampian. Nice. You become that is like their lasting legacy. You become a Whampian.
Yeah.
That way, forever and for always, Wham will have be there in
spot.
Spirit during the Naughty or Nice. I kind of like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wham will always be in the top spot because the top spot is the Whampian. I like that.
Exactly. Now, the next round, Hooligan's Holiday and Snowflake. You took Hooligan's Holiday.
I sure did.
I sure took Snowflake. Absolutely. I thought it was fun.
That surprised me.
Yeah. Well, Lainey Wilson's Christmas Cookies and Daryl Hall and John O's Jingle Bell Rock.
That's where I missed a point. I went
sure
with Christmas Cookies.
I took Jingle Bell Rock. Jingle Bell, Jingle Bell, Jingle Bell Rock all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride to the next round. Where All I Want for Christmas Is You went up against Simon and Garfunkel. Do we both get a point for that? I mean, it didn't. Sorry, I had it going up against Simon and Garfunkel. All I Want for Christmas Is You really went up against the Wellerman.
But both of us had it losing there and losing to All I Want for Christmas Is You. So I think we both get a point there. Yeah.
Right, that's what I mean. Santa Claus Is Coming to Town versus, for me, I'll Be Home for Christmas. But in actuality, You'll Shoot Your Eye Out. I was wrong about that one. Did you have Fall Out Boy failing there?
No, I had him.
Wild. Yeah. Well, then we've got Hooligan's Holiday, for me, Snowflake, up against Jingle Bell Rock, for you, Christmas Cookies.
Yeah, and I had Hooligan still, so I lose a point there as well.
You do, but I pick one up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, up next we have...
And that's why it all was coming down to this next one, because I knew you would go Mariah Carey. I was like, if I'm wrong here, there's a good chance that we either tie or you win. That was the only option.
This is for the rubber match. This is our coin toss. Now, we've got to figure out which one of us wins. I forgot that those were the stakes for this.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, we had All I Want for Christmas Is You up against You'll Shoot Your Eye Out. I sure did not pick Fall Out Boy.
I sure did.
So that's another point for you.
Yeah, and if that had gone the other way, like it almost did, then you would have gotten a point on me. We would have been tied, and then we either would have both tied with Wham, or you would have won with you would have won. Like it would have been a whole thing. Yeah.
Up next, though, was Jingle Bell Rock versus Wham. Now I picked Wham to move on for that.
I did as well. Yep. So my final matchup was Fall Out Boy versus Wham.
Mine was All I Want for Christmas Is You versus Wham. I
picked Wham, actually.
I picked Wham, too. And honestly, I picked Wham over All I Want for Christmas Is You. I thought they'd hold on. And I was listening to the playlist today, and All I Want for Christmas Is You came on, and I went, ugh. I overdosed on it. Like I said at the beginning of the episode, I out All I Want for Christmas myself. And Last Christmas still sounded good till the last note. I was like, I'm still vibing with this. Even 3 years on, even as much as it's overplayed, it doesn't get old nearly as much as All I Want for Christmas Is You does for me. So,
yeah, but
I guess we both
that one is kind of a wash. For that. Yeah, it doesn't really matter because we both got the point. So I lost 2 points. How many did you get wrong? I missed 2.
I've only been counting up. And it turns out the final
okay.
score is you got 9.5 points. I got 46. So it's what are you gonna do?
Weird. I feel like we need to get the squirrels in here to double check that math.
Well, did I mean, sorry, did I say 46?
Did we already let the? Did we let the
Oops.
squirrels? Did we let the squirrels go for the holidays already?
I got 6.5.
6.5.
Yeah. So in a way, we're both winners.
But in a much more real way. I am the naughty or nice champion.
You did a good job, and you did. Here we go. I gotta. Oh, is it gonna do that thing?
Bob
where it
not
changes?
mob got me the win.
Yeah. Is it gonna change all to my name again? Yeah, it is. I don't care. I get to go over on the naughty list. I was the ultimate loser. I lost last year and I lost this year, and that's all because
You're
of
also
Fallout
somehow
Boy.
nice.
I blame Fallout Boy for this loss. I really do.
You should, and really, you should be blaming the chat.
Yeah, but
They're
I
the
like
ones that
chat.
voted them there.
That's true. Chat voted for all of this. This is what you wanted. I hope you're happy with your Wham-Off.
I hope you got a satisfactory Wham-Off.
I'm.
And
That was a post Wham-Off clarity. This is not how I thought it would go.
Final spin is post Wham-Off clarity. I hate it.
This is not how I thought we'd end up, but boy, what an episode. What a wild conclusion to the trilogy.
I mean, I think regardless, nobody could have predicted this finish.
No. I'll take this over the season of Silly, though, to be honest. That was way too unpredictable.
I loved the season of Silly. That was great. I thought I was for sure gonna lose.
Yeah.
And then chat rallied behind me.
You even brought a Bah Humbug Christmas hat to wear when chat got mad at you for all your bad picks, but you were right every time.
Yeah, I was. I never had an excuse to wear it.
Yep. Well, I guess we should wrap up the episode. Thank you so much for hanging out in chat. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. We know that it's coming out right before Christmas and the holidays, so we appreciate you taking some time out to check it out. If you enjoyed what you heard, you can come back next week and find us back to our normal thing of ranking an album every week. We talk about it, learn about the artist, play some fact or spin with truth and lies, and then we score all the albums and stuff. So we do that every week. You can find us.
And make sure to go follow us on Twitch where we live stream this episode.
That's right.
You missed out on the voting.
Twitch.tv/SpinItPod.
And while you're at all the out there doing all these things and you got the podcast on the brain, maybe share the podcast with a friend.
Yeah, tell a friend who...
Tell a friend who you would wham off with.
Nope.
I knew you were gonna veto that one, but I had to say it for chat.
Yep.
Tell a friend who is at risk of shooting their eye out about the podcast. How do you feel about that?
That's good.
That's what I thought. There's all the Connors and the ums that I've been waiting for this whole stream. There they are.
Yep. Tell a friend. You can find us on social media at SpinItPod, on Twitch and Twitter, X, and on Instagram at SpinItPod Official. Visit our website, www.spinitpod.com. We have revamped the Albums of the Month page for the new year. Yeah. That's mostly just for me because it's my Albums of the Month playlist, but super cool. The archives. I've done an archive system for all the past months that I've done, and I really like it, but that's just me. We will see you next week for the New Year's episode, and until we do...
New Year, same podcast.
New Year. Hey, yeah, you're right, it is. How about that? Until we do see you next year, as always, keep spinning.
Keep spinning. I know James had me turned down, so you're gonna hear my Wham-Off jokes.
No, I didn't intentionally have you turned down. It's just the way it was.
Should we stop the recording? We need to do our outro banter before.
Yeah.
Let's get talking in the chat. Outro banter.
Did you get the mixtape or anything for Christmas?
I sure did.
Really? What'd you get him?
Well, spoilers.
Well, you can tell me. He's
Well,
not
he's in
here.
the chat.
No,
He's
I
in
just
the
banned
chat.
him. He's not in the chat.
Oh, you banned him? Okay. Well, I got him a. Make sure he's not in the room. Hang on. Yeah, we're safe. Okay. I got the mixtaper. A pumpkin spice latte maker.
He is a pumpkin spice latte maker.
I know, but now it's automated, so like he doesn't have to put in all that hard work. It's really just a normal latte maker that I like put a custom sign on that says pumpkin spice latte maker.
Oh, yeah, that's true. It can't do more than just pumpkin spice lattes. Well,
it could, but he's not going to use it for anything other than that. So
you're right. No, he'll love that. I'm sure he will really enjoy that.
yeah, I might keep it for myself. It's probably too nice for him.
I bought him a gift. I might keep it for myself. Yep, that's the holiday spirit. Season of giving. You love to see
Keep
it.
it to myself.
Uh-huh. Wow. Well,
I think that'll do it.
I think it will. I suppose we should say goodbye to everyone in chat. Chat, thank you so much for listening.
Are we gonna stop the recording first?
Yeah, I'm syncing
Can I
you
stop?
up. And no, don't stop yet. Say a little more.
A little more.
Say a little more one more time.
Again.
I don't know.
A little more one more time.
That'll work. Something there will sync. Yeah, you can stop the recording. And
I just didn't want that running while we were saying goodbye to chat.
I get it. Hey, chat.
All right, bye, chat. Get out of here. Scram.
It's over. Go home. What are you still doing here?
Yeah. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for voting.
Yeah, thank you so much for all your votes. It was a wild time. I hope you had as much fun as we did.
Oh.
This episode will come out right before the Friday before Christmas. It'll be our holiday special.
Right
so
before the Friday.
you can relive all the memes at that time. You live here now? Feel free to live here and chat. That's fine.
squatters. Yes, I mean squatters' rights.
Squatters' wrongs.
The memes.
The memes. The memories. Thanks for the memories, as Fall Out Boy would say. One night and
The
one
memes!
more Christmas. Thanks for the memories. Thanks for the memories. He
Thanks
tastes
for the
like
memes and
you,
memes.
but
Thanks
sweeter.
for the memes and memes.
Right. Anyway, I suppose it's about time to hit the stop streaming button and stop streaming, but
Nah.
thanks for the memories. Yeah.
Okay, bye forever.
All right. Bye forever. See you soon. See you next week. Keep